Another financial term that an entrepreneur may hear when they start the capital raising process and really start to communicate with our investors that they may not typically hear is a term called EBITDA. And what is EBITDA? Well, EBITDA is really an acronym. It stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And the second question is usually why is it important? Well, what EBITDA does is EBITDA strips away a lot of the structural and non-cash expenses associated with the company, if you will, and really allows an investor to make an apples-to-apples comparison of two different companies. The question usually comes up, well, isn't interest and amortization, and depreciation, aren't those all legitimate expenses? Yes, they are. And interest and taxes, those are cash expenses. But at the end of the day, those expenses are more structural than they are operational. So what our investors try to do when they're trying to get a real sense of the company and their earnings potential is they strip away all of those structural expenses and look at the real income generated by the operations, and that's going to allow them to make some real apples-to-apples comparison against maybe another company they may be considering investment. A couple of watch-outs regarding EBITDA. It should not be used as an inference of cash flow. That's always a temptation, but it shouldn't be used as an inference of cash flow because EBITDA does come from the income statement. And the income statement is very susceptible to interpretation of accounting principles and GAAP guidelines. So I would caution anyone against using it as an inference of cash flow. Second thing about EBITDA is it's also a good internal metric for management in that it shows management, the performance of the company within their boundaries of influence. If an entrepreneur has any questions about EBITDA, would like to really dig into EBITDA, understand it, maybe do some EBITDA calculations for their own company, I'd encourage them to give us a call because at the end of the day, we see this a lot and we're here to help maximize our entrepreneurs' opportunity to get funded.